All right, people, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. Let me get my glasses here. Where are they at? Way over there. All right, we're going to do some demonstrations on this mix because I had some stuff I had to do, which is very important. I'm doing like a lot of stuff, and I try to squeeze this stuff in here and there. I left the chat open in case Mr. Fernando wants to, entertain us with his shenanigans, which again, I can't express it enough. It's your paint, man. That's not his product, that's ours. Black product up there first. I'm going to share that we can take basic black paint and that fabric and overpower his screen. Where basically on our stuff, it doesn't work because again, our product produces a higher white level than black. Which you can see by the bars at the bottom, it's our technology sitting up there. But these are the tests we have to do and demonstrations to back our products up, which you don't do in yours. As you can see, we got black paint, got black fabric, we're at a lot of light in the environment, and as you can see, it doesn't read next to our stuff because our stuff, again, is tested and it has an AG47 in it, which allows it to generate a very high white level. So the problem we have here with the gray screens don't do these tests. And this is what happened to a lot of his customers. A lot of his customers got ripped off on a $15 paint, which we made ourselves using basic hobby paint materials, 25 cents over $1.25 over at Family Dollar. And then went to Amazon and got some paint for like $11. Oh, kids paint, by the way. This is kids paint, hobby paint. And we were able to make the stuff, ship it to his address, and of course he refused it, sent it back to us. That's why we call it the refusal. Now this mix that we have here matches all his products because we did this already. We actually bought his products, brought them down here, did the pre-mix. It was right there on YouTube. You can't miss it. And all of it matched. So we gave him the opportunity to back up his own claim by giving him the challenge, which again was never done. So you know how that one goes. All right, let's get this started. I got some stuff I got to do. I got a form site. So we'll take ours off. This is our black screen here. It's going to hit my visual technology. And we're going to take the gray screen. Now mind you, just in case if I didn't make my own product and I were to purchase this, purchase in my environment, what would I be getting at the end of the day? What would I be receiving at the end of the day if I bought this paint from him? That's what I'm acting. I'm the customer. I don't make any of this stuff. Let's see what I would have gotten from my office. If he had told me this stuff would have operated in my office. So, first thing I'm going to test out is contrast. Because again, it's going to be hard. I don't know how anybody would believe that. I don't know how. But anyway, let's get a... Now, when I see these screens, what these guys do, and this is speaking for all of you, not just him, you guys do a lot of bright colors. Of course you do bright colors because they fade less. When it comes to environments that are really, really, really well lit, you use a lot of grays and stuff like that, light grays and tans and stuff. They fade less in well-lit environments. So you pick and choose your colors, and we watch your demonstrations all the time. But a contrast level, you won't fire off in here. So let's get beginning our Starfield. Starfield screensaver. Now y'all call that contrast. That's the sad thing about it. They literally go on camera and call that contrast, but they won't be in this environment. Oh heck no. We're way too much. There's 24,000 in here. We're way too. We got to bring it down in their environment. I got a lamp around here somewhere. I got a lamp around here somewhere. Lamp's over there because you don't use this kind of light. Let's put it into your environment, which will be, yeah, most of that. Yeah, definitely that. That'll definitely be it right there. Can't have the lamp too close to the screen because that'll throw it off. So I guess way over here is where we're going to have to put it at because it'll be way too close over there. And then keep in mind, the projector they're going to be using is going to be very expensive because they need something to make up that mess right there. So that's going to cost you more money. And get something with some really empty contrast levels or there's going to be issues. And it does help if you got a multi-stroke drill, that way your distance drill is not too far from the screen. You can fix that mess. All together is going to cost you a lot more money. Alright, so let's get our light on here if I can find the outlets. Good gracious, I don't know how you people do this stuff in the dark. I literally had to search for an outlet. We're used to doing that. I'm used to being in fully lit environments. So that little bit of light we have here in the back, over here, and we don't even have it pointed toward the screen. We got it pointed in a different direction. This is usually what I will see in their demonstration. Go, look, we're reading the contrast level. No, the freak you ain't. Your contrast level is coming up gray. Actual gray. Do I need to start mimicking y'all demonstrations? You don't want that at the end of the day. You don't want us mimicking your stuff. But anyway, my lamp's way back here, and this is how to do the demonstration. Look at the contrast levels. Yeah, that's gray. That's not even black. You know why? Look at the bars at the bottom. That's not even black. But they'll tell you this is what you're picking up. You're picking up black. But let's take this surface, everyday black paint, and let's stick that there. The interesting thing about black paint and our technology, if we stick a black surface right next to ours, they all have the ability to pull the contrast level. Every single one of them. I did that on a desk in the office. I said every last one of these black objects can see the infinity one because they're black. The problem is they can't read the white level. And the white level is important when it comes to a black screen because that makes a difference when the screen comes up too dark and it can't generate fully lit environments and so forth and so forth. Doesn't pull its colors correct. It's a domino effect. Black paint can literally pull higher contrast on a gray screen. I wonder how much of a comparison this will be. Let's see. Let's go over and let's pull up. Let me see. Now, those of you who make fake black products, that's how you read. You literally pick up just like that. Your white levels aren't high enough. And you're in darker environments because, again, those screens will be plagued in well-lit environments because they'll have issues at the end of the day. So that's what Mr. Williams paint does. That's how we know your stuff is black paint. I can tell exactly what's in your product right now. But you got black paint, mica, and some white paint in there. I bet you $100. Those silver, white paint, because you think those two combinations are going to bring up your white levels. Boy, you guys are basically way in the past. Not even close. That's the fake paint we make to put against our product for testing. So I know how your stuff is already made, because your white levels are too low. Okay, let's get some light in here. Contrast levels are going to get it registered in here. This is what we're used to being in. This is our environment. Now mind you, we left chat open on purpose because of course, you know, he's going to be in here crying and whining. It'll be him. That's what we expect. That's why we left the chat open. Welcome, Fernando. Happy to have you on board. I'm checking out your product right now next to Everyday Black Paint. As you can see, does a better job than your product. At least it pulls up the contrast levels. I'm not reading any of your messages, Fernando. No, we don't bother with that at all. It's a waste of time. You can go in and post all you want. They're going to stay there, by the way, for other people to read. My stuff posted on Google in 8 minutes. All right, let's move on to my demonstrations here. All right, so as you can see, this gray paint isn't doing jack. All right, so we showed you the test of our product first up there. Let me see. He says the benefit of a white screen. Let's see what this product does. Wait, first we're going to do this fabric. But let's see what the product does with the benefit of a white screen. Let's see that. Because he did that demonstration. But when you did that demonstration, you were in a dark environment. We're not doing this in the dark. We're going to be in a fully lit environment with this one. What are they asking for here? Not doing all that survey nonsense. Let's get that out of here. All right, he did this demonstration. Clarity in the dark. Benefit of a white screen. That's what that does. I have no idea why you're so angry, Fernando. Look, here's the kicker, right? You had the paint at your front door. Why didn't you take it? Everybody was on the tracking number. Everybody was on the tracking number. They watched the refusal go through. We didn't make that up. We posted your tracking number. So why didn't you take the paint? So that means that what we have here is real, right? All right then. Why are you down there fussing and complaining in the comment section? People go down and check out his comment section. See who's down there screaming about. He's in there ranting right now in the comment section. I advise people that are going to be watching this later on, please read through the comment section. You want to hear what this guy has to say. Mind you, we sent this paint to his front door. I'll show you the original box. Hey, hey, hey! Not today, buddy. Not today. You're not doing that today on camera. Yeah, I see you. Crystal clear. My cat has weird habits, just so you know. He's not doing it on camera. So, this is him right here. We sent the package right to his front door. We got the original package here. As you can see, there's his company's address right there. There's a tracking number. You can check it for yourself. He refused the package. And mind you, this paint was made using the exact same demonstration he posted on YouTube, how to make the product for free. And he couldn't even accept his own product. There were two versions of it in here. We did a original 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint, and we did another one which had actual silver in it. Keep in mind, he was selling this paint called Metallica Mix 2.0, and it had no metallic in it. There was none in it. It was just gray paint. He was ripping people off left and right. All right, let's have a look at this. Get right to camera view, little business. Not today, buddy boy. Not today. So let's have a look. He says that there's a big difference, right? Mind you, the paint we have here was made with hobby paints. So we made 2 quarts of it for $15. That's with the silver mica including. So we made it for much cheaper. Jamie, all you had to do was do the video. That's all you had to do. That's all we asked you to do. And you didn't want to do it. Sent the paint back. Right? Okay then. I don't know why you're mad at me. If you want, get a lawyer, take me to court, sue me. That's what you do. Go sue me. Get a lawyer and sue me. Can't do that. You know why? Because we're telling the truth. Your stuff doesn't work. You ripped off a whole lot of people. You'll have to answer for that in court pretty soon. So yeah, you ripped off a lot of your customers. I see if there's a massive difference here. I'm not seeing really a massive difference at all, period, honestly. Can we get some, I want a big demonstration on this one. Let's just take this one. Now he said the products gave off a yellowish tone. I'm not seeing a yellowish tone here either at all. What happens if I put your mix against a 15%er? Oh, it's not going to go well. I can turn your screen yellow. I can make it look like it's yellow. Well, it's not reading that contrast level. That just went missing. That's supposed to be black in the background. You know that, right? Oh, he's mad. He is really cursing me out down there, isn't he? He's really ramping down there. He is ramping up a storm down there. I got some apple barrel painted to a surface. Oh, we got some great. Oh, the bed sheets. You cheated on that one too, right? So we'll get some bed sheets too while we're at it. I'm going to take this black fabric. We had it on our screen. I'll put it on yours. I'm curious what we're going to get here for this. I'm going to take this off. That's a black curtain that I got for $2. $2 for the black curtain. Let's see what we get with that one. Ugh. Starfield screensaver. Now mind you, you made statements that your product can pull a contrast level, right? Screen can't read contrast, Jamie. Why would you lie like that to your customers and tell them they can read a contrast level? You can't see a contrast level. And mind you, I made that paint from Hobby Paint for $15. And this is what you refused. You refused $15 worth of Hobby Paint. So why were your customers paying $85 to $90 for this stuff? Now, if I'm wrong about this, if I'm completely wrong about this, is what you do. Take your screen. You said you put 100% contrast, right? Neutral picks up either way. Picks up outside. It picks up any. Black picks up black either way. Go outside and do that demonstration on a Starfield. Or move that green bookcase out of the way and put a screen right up in there. Open up that door so it's in direct contact with the screen so we can see you pull 100% contrast. Take the P2 while you're at it. I'm curious. But you won't do it. You could have done these demonstrations a long time ago. And the reason why you lack on these demonstrations is because you were lying to your customers. At that, Jamie says house paint. It's worse than a house. It's hobby paint. It's washable hobby paint. Like watercolors that we use to mimic your product. Use your same demonstration, make the same product, send it to you, you refused it. Look, man, I know you're writing stuff in them and just explain. I don't read your stuff. I don't. You mumble too much about some dumb nonsense. I went through this on the site. You did a lot of running. You didn't talk to me correctly. You couldn't talk to me like a man. You kept running off your mouth like a child. I can't talk to you. I can't have a conversation with you because you rant too much. So, or just leave it there. I'm not. You can write whatever you want down there. People read it later. But look, man, look at this. There are no contrast levels there. I'm going to do a little light repair real quick. Screen ripped a little bit. This paint that they usually use, that acrylic blend, doesn't take well. Like ours, we can put tape. I put tape on my screens all day long. People watch me ripping tape off my screens all day long. So that's what I usually do. I tape them up there. But that acrylic blend, that's something that's like a waxy kind of material. It tears a little easy when you put tape up there. So we'll have to do a little repair real quick on this. There we go. A little repair on that real quick. Because that acrylic, it has issues. You want another box? I can send you another box. You want another box? I'll ship you another box then. I'll give you another second chance. I'll ship another box. But this time, we're going to change it up. We're going to put some bare silver screen in there, network gray 773, and we're going to put the micro blend in there, and I'm going to put in another mixture, which is going to be a version of your Cinemax. All right, that's it. Come on, back in there. Back, because you're not listening. You're not listening. I'm not going to tell you again. All right, let me get him in a spot, because he's nuisance. Come on, let's go. No, don't try to do anything. Let's go in your bunker, because you don't want to listen. There you go, inside. Got a babe. Time to watch. We got things to do. Come on. Stay in there, keep it good. Yeah, so bottom line is, man, look, I'm going to send you another package up. Everybody gets the tracking number again. Let's send them up another box. So you're getting another one because you're still running your mouth. See, that's the problem, Fernando. The problem is that you ripped and stole from a lot of people. And instead of you apologizing to your customers, you are slamming and carrying on and screaming and yelling. You stole from your customers. What part of that you don't understand? So, since you don't want to back it up, you send you another box. This I'll send you a large. It'll have more than enough paints in it. Mind you, this is going to be used against you in court. We're filing multiple charges against you in federal court that you went in and ripped off a lot of customers, and you had a lot of people helping you out in this major scam you were committing. You had your website, all that stuff. Yeah, all that's there, man. Even though if you delete your website, keep in mind that information is still on file. They'll go to your PayPal account to see how much money you were making. See how many people, how many customers you ripped off. You don't have to pay that money back. You know that, right? So, no Starfield, as you can see. Let's pull up that one with the black makeup. He did that one, right? Let's check that one. Let's see what that does. Let's do AK Desired Nature. Let's see. This. Let's bring in where are we looking at? 8K Desired Nature. Why did he spell it right the first time? They don't spell it right at all, period. Which one we're on? No, we're on this one. We're definitely on this one. Let's see. What are we drawing from? Hold on a minute. One of these. There we go. Let's remove this one out. Let's put in the paints. Well, I want to see if you pull any of this contrast, because you talk a lot of trash about how you pull all this contrast on your products, right? Your stuff doesn't wash out. That's what you say, right? Well, I'm going to test all that. And take you outside, too. Bring you off 300 lumens against our products. It's your stuff, man. I know what you get angry about it. When the next package gets here, this is what you do. Take the package, sign for it, do the demonstrations live so we all can see it. Don't send it back. Keep it. Alright, this is the woman with the dark makeup on. He claims he pulled that contrast level on. As you can see, it comes up with that orangey tanny look to it. That's what it usually does. The paint comes up with that orangey look to it. That's the same way what happened. It was the same way that popped up and the demonstration you did with the Network Grade 773. Your paint had a little orangey look to it. So your paint has a yellowish tone to it. Tomorrow I'm going to put you against the 15%er. I'm going to change the color of your screen. It'll be unrecognizable. Mind, this is all your paints right now. This is the Mega Mix. The Mega Mix Refusal 1.0. You're not even a 2.0 because Black Diamond has a 1.4, so there's no way in the world they're operating on that level. So you lied about that too. So what happened to that deep, rich black? Now let me get this straight. Hold on for a minute. Let's think about this for a minute. Fernando, I got to ask you a question here. You got a $3,300 projector in your demonstration, right? With a 2,000,000 contrast. What if I don't have that? What if I don't have that 2,000,000 contrast? Am I going to get the same contrast you just pulled off in that dark environment? Of course not. I'm not going to get the same thing. You got a projector that's overhyped. So how would I be able to achieve the 2,000,000 to 1 contrast if my projector is only what? 2,000 to 1? How am I getting that? Or are you going to tell me to calibrate? How would that ever work? How am I going to calibrate my contrast levels? Really, seriously. So you're going to push me to calibrate. What if I don't want to calibrate? What if I don't want to change up my projector? When I want to keep the one I have right here, I pay $16.25. It works perfectly on our stuff. We don't have an issue with this. Look at this mess. We don't have an issue. Look at my invisible technology. You can read it. And it's invisible. So if my customers want a darker contrast level, they can come to us and they get that over your product. Fernando, this is going to cost you a lot of money. You know that, right? So check out you person in here. I'm going to explain to you what's about to happen to you. We're going to sue the daylights out of you. You understand me? I got so much prison time coming your way. It is not even funny how much lawsuits you're going to get. Those copyrights you touch, oh, I'm going to have more than a process server come to your door. I'm going to get a warrant for your arrest on that nonsense at the end of the day. And I told you, I got a control order on you. Any agency I drop that control order on, you got something coming to your front door. You're done, man. You are finished. You understand me? You're finished. We're about to hit the daylights out of you. And I already contact FBI. Your file's already in with FBI right now. So I'd be really careful about what you say on this channel. Everything here is documented for court. Your stuff doesn't work. You ripped off a whole lot of your customers. That's what you did. And you went in and did falsified demonstrations against my company, claiming our products came with that dark. And if you can't get that right, man, mind you, that's a fraud charge at 30 years per offense. And you did a lot of them, didn't you? Man, you're going to spend the rest of your life in the prison system. That's where you're going to be at. So since you want to be a tough guy all of a sudden, right? You're going to be a tough man? You want to be a tough man, a big tough man, right? If you're a tough man, you can do that in prison. Probably in a tough man in there, see what happens. They don't go well in there, buddy. I can tell you that from the door. That's where you're about to go. You ripped off everybody, man. You screwed everybody. That's what you did. You screwed your family. You screwed yourself. You screwed your landlord. You screwed the job that you screwed everybody. And you ripped off all your customers. They trusted you. They came to you to buy a product from you, and you lied to them. Whoopsie, don't you dare fall. Stay up there. There we go. Not there on my screen. There we go. Are we good? Oh, that's where the bottle's at. All right, let me put your stuff back up there. Yeah, you ripped off your customers, man. So at the end of the day, man, you did a lot of smoke and mirrors to rip people off. That's what you did. A lot of smoke and mirrors. You was claiming everybody else was using smoke and mirrors at the end of the day. Oh, they're all rip-off artists. They do this or that. And you were the main person, the wolf in sheep's clothing, that was going around ripping people off. Well, look, here's the deal, Fernando. This is what's going to happen. When we go to court, you're going to repeat this process. That box you refuse, you're going to do that in court. My lawyer is going to have you do it. So you can't get around that. So let me explain something to you. Any lies you tell here, you're going to back them up in court. Anything you say right now, anything you do is going to be held against you in court. Do you understand that? Because that control order we got behind there right there, anything that we put into the docket number shows up in that immigration enforcement control number right there. Anything. If I go down to City Hall, go to the police station right now, and you say a death threat against me, and I put that in there, it shows up on their end. Do you understand that? So anything that's in there, anything we have in there, we are up to about 63 accounts or something crazy like that. You have to answer for each one of those charges that are in there. And like I said, you can float around in the system for 3 and 4 years before you're even seen by a judge. That's what they call time served. So, yeah. Anyway, he wrote a whole book down there, didn't he? Now, those of you who support that nonsense, you're involved in this too. You know why? Because you knew this guy was ripping people off, and you continued to ignite the flames on this, knowing that people were getting robbed. You were in on it. Look at that. That's absolutely trifling. Trifling. You ripped a lot of people off, man. You got no shame in your game. You ripped off a church. You see my church and my demonstration with the church? It's in my promo. You see it? Did they mention they ever had to calibrate that screen or a projector? No. You see how well lit that environment is? They set it up and lit that thing up. Your environment wasn't even in a fully lit environment. As a matter of fact, you said when you asked the preacher, we all heard it. You asked him at the end of the day. You said, "Hey, are all the lights on?" You are not looking at the fire exits and not seeing that all the lights are on. The church is dark. I never seen a church that dark before. And he sat there and said, "No, all the lights aren't on." Like he's looking at you like, you don't see the fire exits? Then you're going to say, well, it'll look better once we calibrate. You're still in the dark talking about calibration. That means that screen must have been looking awful if he made that statement. And then you see the caliber of projectors they have in there. The projectors, they have a big boy venues in there. And he's still going to get that stuff to work right in there. If you look at the church now, they don't have that screen painter. They got something else in there now. The screens are darker. Something much better. Let's go get that Sony OLED demonstration. Did we get that? No, I said Sony OLED. Oh, they get it. Oh, we got this one right here. Let's check this one. This is a very dark demonstration. Making all these claims. You pull this super contrast level. Like your customer opened up the curtains and the screen disappeared. Explain that freaking nonsense at the end of the day. What happened there? And that was the personal mix. That's the same product that you were walking out of a Home Depot with that matched your product. That's why we call it 50 Shades of Lie. The gray screen. Now, if you're selling a gray screen paint product and you're being truthful to your customers, you're telling them the truth, that, hey, look, it has to be in a dark environment, it works better, so you're keeping it within the guidelines, you're not ripping anybody off. You're not. But if you're out there making lies like this guy at the end of the day, talking about, oh, you're going to pick up these super contrast levels and these super ultra colors, and you're trying to challenge companies at the end of the day that do ambient light rejection technology. What kind of information does that give up to your customers if you're saying that, hey, look, buy from me because we can give you that contrast level, you're spending too much money with him, we can do it for far cheaper, and you can't do anything our products do? What would that be? That would be lying, right? Yeah, you lied. So you better be to back up that your product does the same thing mine does in court, Mr. Fernandez. It's going to cost you some time, man. I'm going to explain something to you. When we get in that courtroom, there's a gentleman that's going to walk behind you, behind your lawyer, and they're going to put these cuffs on you and cart you off. You're not going home. You are definitely not going home. If you make it to that point, you may not even make it there at all. Because you did some stuff with our copyrights, and that's a federal offense right there. You know that, right? My copyrights are real. How many times did I tell you the copyrights were real? How many times? Multiple times, right? Sent the cease and desist order from a lawyer, right? A real lawyer, not them fake ones you get. What did you do? You still mess with them, right? So you do know that you're going to get a life sentence for touching the copyrights, right? Depends on who gets you first. That's what it comes down to. And right now, we've been hitting your, not your building, but the building itself for your landlord's information to figure out where he's at, because we have to have a talk with him. I seen you got 2 fake landlords that posed like they were the owner of the ship of that building. They couldn't because we asked for some identification from them. They couldn't give it to us. A landlord who owns the building would have had that information, and they didn't have it. So the fact that you had to get 2 fake landlords means that you're scared to tell your landlord of your activities that you're doing right now. But he's going to find out anyway, because, you know, your LLC is a fraud. You went in, you put down your company was around 5 months. That's perjury on a document of a government receipt, right? Or, sorry, document, right? So you went and said you're around 5 months. You know you weren't around 5 months. So I know they're contacting you. Are they contacting you? Yes, they are. And we left them some information. They can reach out to us anytime they want to. Heck, if they even pull up your serial number, that little number you had, the file number, it brings up all kinds of information about what we found out about you that they're going to find out about you. Yeah, it's getting kind of tight in there, isn't it? It's kind of hard to breathe. Well, let's pull up this Apple demonstration. Let's see if it pulls up that black background. Nothing at all. Well, well, well. Just lie, lie, lie. It's the same color as the customer's screen who washed out. No black background. Where to go? Colors are washed out, of course. I'm on an Epson right now. Didn't you use an Epson power light projector when you did the Frankenstein that you claim to have ambient light rejection? I'm on an Epson right now. It's not working for me. I'm not reading the contrast level. I'm getting the same orangey color that you got out the Frankenstein. Another question I have to ask you, if you're still here, why in the world would you write on the container not ambient light rejection, Kenny, if you're challenging a product that is ambient light rejection? We don't hold people's hands in screen demonstrations. You know that, right? Just want to let you know that. That is absolutely horrible. Let's get that black background with them goldfish. We can get that background. Let's see. Beta fish, black background. Notice I asked for a black background. What did he give us? Not even close. Beta fish, black background. All right, you did this one in the dark too also, right? So let's see if we're getting our contrast levels here. No, we didn't get them. We got this orangey look to it. So this is what you do, Fernando. Tomorrow, you get up bright early in the morning. And what you do is you take that screen and get it out of that little pit you got back there. Or you just paint another one up. Because, you know, it's just nothing but black and white paint. And you stick that thing right outside and do that demonstration. I did it. I did it on the Optimum Projector GT5500 outside at 140 inches. Do the same thing. Show us the star field. Show us what a 2 million to 1 projector does at the end of the day. Why someone should spend $3,300 for that machine because of your paint. Look at that. That's horrible. Where's the black? Batman is what? Supposed to be the greatest detective in the world? Even he couldn't find the contrast on the screen. Come out like, look, man. Yeah, I can't find it. I can't find it. All right, we got much more testing to do on this, Fernando. A lot of testing. We're not even done yet. This is not even the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be a month into this. I'm going to be showing so much on this. Outside, does it work outside? Does it work outside? You said that the product works in commercial environments. That's what you said, right? Because in the church, that's a commercial environment, right? So this should work in here too. We're in commercial, so it's not working. Let me see. I'll be a disappointed customer right now. Let's get that Sony contrast OLED. OLED? No, not OLED. Sony contrast. Let's bring microphones over. I'd be upset. I'd be really upset right now if I couldn't get the screen to work. How are you claiming you're going to work in a dedicated theater room setup if we can't pick up the contrast levels? How would that work? Let's get this again. Sony contrast. There we go. I gotta watch this. I haven't seen this one yet. I haven't watched any movies. How's a person who develops movie screens don't watch movies? Yeah, that tells you something right there how busy I am. So there's the Sony right there. Sony contrast demonstration. As you can see, we're getting nothing. So this is literally what I would have picked up if I had bought that paint. And imagine if I had painted this thing in. How upset I would have been to get this. So how do we fix this, Fernando? How do we fix this mess? Question, how do we fix it? Come on, I don't want a bunch of mumbo-jumbo insults. How do we fix this mess? How do you fix this problem for me? Can I send this paint back to you? Oh, we can't. I forgot. You had that policy on your site that said if it landed on my property, I'm stuck with it. And since we opened it and used it, we're stuck with it, no exchange. So we're just stuck with it, right? So you can't fix this for us. Can you send me? Oh, I forgot. You can't send me another one. It's no exchange because I opened it. Wow, that sounds like a scam to me at the end of the day. Can't send it back because I opened it. So I'm stuck with it. Meanwhile, I got to look at this mess all day. So how I fix this? I spend more money for a more expensive projector to fix the problem? So it's going to cost me more money. So I'm not saving hundreds, I'll be spending thousands. What's next? Darken the environment? I'm in a commercial environment. That's not going to work in here. Can't darken the environment. I got to read paperwork. So how am I going to fix this mess? I'm just going to file a PayPal complaint against you. I'm going to get my money back. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I did at the times when we went in and ordered stuff from them and it didn't work right. We just filed complaints against one. Every single one of them. Like that post office fraud charge nonsense sent us the wrong stuff. And we took it to PayPal and we won. That stuff doesn't even work. Look at this mess at the end of the day. It's a hot mess, man. And what are we doing wrong here, Jamie? What I got to do? I got to go out and buy myself a $3,300 projector and stick myself in a dark environment to get it to work? Is that what we got to do? Let's see what that works. Let's darken our environment. See if this mess will work out. Sheesh. I'm not going to spend the money for a projector. Let's darken the environment. Oh, I forgot. We got the light on over here, so we got to turn this light up because we can't have this on, God forbid. So let's turn it up and darken it. Is the neon triggering anything off the wrong way? Wouldn't make a mistake. Can't be neon in here. Because that may darken it. So this is what I got to result to turn my office into, is a freaking cave at the end of the day, just to get your contrast to work on your house paint. There you go. I'm sitting right on top of the screen, you know that, right? And I still have to run it this way. That's what all his customers are going through. His customers got the same reaction. Let me clean the lens up a little bit here. There we go. Look at that. This is what I reduce my environment to. Because your paint. Look, I got to darken the environment just to be able, darken the environment just in order to be able to see the screen. Rip off. Freaking rip off. Rip off. You can get mad all you want down there. I know you're mad. I know you're frustrated right now. I know you're going to be on your YouTube channel screaming, yelling, complaining, all that stuff. It's your paint, Jamie. Your paint. Let's turn the lights on. Gee whiz Louise, that's awful. Look at that. Washout. I'm gone. Not even here anymore. Look at that. Let me show you how close my projector's sitting, Fernando. This is how close my projector's sitting to the screen. Right there. And see right here? Epson Powerlight S6 projector. So you tell people you're saving the money. Question, how are we saving the money? You can't even save the money. My projectors cost less than yours, and you can't even save the money yourself. This is bad, James. This is awful. Absolutely awful. Look at how horrible that looks. That's why every demonstration we pull up is in the dark. You know, in the P2 promo demonstration, it was never meant to have that machine in the dark like that. It was meant to show that the projector can operate like a TV. By judging by your demonstration, you're just stuck in the dark 24/7. Now, since I have your paint here, and we're going to challenge your company in court on that paint, you can't make any fake paints bringing them in, because we got the original one right here. This is one you refused, it was made off your product, and so forth, and so forth. This basically cuts down on all the nonsense, because this jerker would literally make a darker paint and say this is his, and he's always been making this stuff. He'll lie under oath. Don't do that, James. It's a 7-year prison sentence if you lie under oath, and we'll catch you in it. So, it's your own paint here that you refused, excuse me, and it came right from you. Let's see what else we got on here. Any more contrast we can read off of this screen? Because again, like I said, in the demonstrations, I see a lot of colors. I see a lot of colors and white levels, but you never show any contrast levels. That's the problem. And then when you do show the contrast levels, the first thing you say is, and we actually watch your video, and you know that there's certain key areas you know when to turn the lights out, because the dark levels are coming up. And you'll say, let's check it out and see what it looks like in the dark. We caught on to that. Let's see, let's put New York City background, nighttime, scenery. See what we did here on this. Give it to me, they fight me. I give it to me. Let's see what we did on here. Background, New York City. See that ashy gray look to it? That ashy gray. That's my product, Fernando. That's what I make. My product would crush your stuff so easily, it's not even funny. Remember all those demonstrations you made where you claim our stuff came out too dark? This is going to cost you time and money, Fernando. A lot of time and money. I can do this in a courtroom very easily. Button down. What is that button? Let's see right here. Let's see. What's that button at? Got commercials right from the door. Ugh. How to get around this mess. YouTube, seriously, let the video play a little bit before you start adding in commercials from the door. How greedy can you be? She was Louise. Got in there. There we go, Fernando. Why don't you look at that? Look at that. Look, why don't you look at this real close up front. See that right there? You never purchased my black technology. I noticed there's no receipts of you ever purchasing. The only paint you purchased from us was a 2.0 was gray. You know why you don't go into that black technology? Because it will flatline your screen. That's why you have receipts. But I have receipts on all your products. You wouldn't care for me to get them? And watch, show people how you cried on every single receipt, which is on the blacklist. That's why he's never purchased any of our black technology. He'll get stuff and say, hey, it's ours, and mix black paint into it, or have a customer send it to him. Mind you, customers can ship the item back. When a customer refuses to ship an item back, Fernando, this is where we can file a complaint against them. It's due to the fact that we requested our item back because we have something called a ship back policy on our website, which on your policy, you can't even do that because you're too busy telling the customer that they're stuck with it and there's nothing they can do. Look how badly your paint's reading right now. That is absolutely horrible. I'm on a $16 projector. We're in a fully lit environment. We're 24,000 in here right now. Look how bad your image is showing up. Now, mind you, just think about it, Fernando. Imagine this being the courtroom. Imagine this happening to you right now. Do you know what that's going to cost you at the end of the day? Your lawyer is going to put his head down. We're not doing plea deals. You know that, right? So if you get 30 or 50 years just from that alone, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, man. You get the post office fraud charges coming up. They carry 20 years apiece. Doxing, which is 5 to 7 years. And then that whole thing with that copyright thing, man, that's a good maybe. That's a lot of time. I'm not going to say it's a lot of time. It's over 80 years. So what are you going to do? And then you got your customers you ripped off. You stole from. Now, Fernando's angry and mad at me. Why? Because we sent him back his own product. That's what we did. You're mad at me because I did an honest review. This is an honest review, Fernando. We sent your own product back to you, and you denied it and sent it back to me. So you're going to claim it's not yours? That's your product right there. And guess what else we found out? That product matches your other screen paints, which means you've been selling people a fake lie, telling them that the other paints did something different when they didn't do anything different at all. Now, if I was wrong on that, and I was incorrect on that, you would have signed for the package, right? All right then. So since you didn't sign for the package, that means I was right. So this is what you call an honest review, not the fake stuff that you do at the end of the day. Oh, and let me explain something to you why I think you're here in this room somewhere. When they come get you, you're not going back to Mexico. Do you understand this? You have committed such serious crimes here in the United States, you are going to stay here in a maximum prison for the amount of charges that you have on top of you. You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay here in the United States soil and you're going to serve your time. Let me get something else straight with you. You want to scream the racist nonsense? You're being sued for that too also. Keep in mind that you do not belong here. You know why? You are a criminal. You make your own Mexican people look bad. That's why my people on this end, they call you Mexican Trump. That's your nickname to them. Because you did all the stuff that the MAGers at the end of the day are campaigning about why they don't want Mexicans in the United States. Because they said they're all dangerous people. And they're not all dangerous people. You are a dangerous person. You make them look bad. So feel free, anyone, to go to his YouTube account and look at the stuff he's been doing since he's been here in the United States. Go to the blacklist and look at the stuff we found on him since he's been here in the States. You make your own people look bad at the end of the day. You got hardworking citizens that are trying to do their best to abide by the law. They are working hard to try to do the right thing, and they're being labeled for your dumb nonsense because certain people want to believe that they're dangerous and they shouldn't be here. You make your own people look bad, and you got a nerve to put that flag up? Oh, my Mexican brothers over here, man, at the end of the day, man, if they ever bump to Fernando's going to get the crap kicked out of them. They don't like him at all. That's how they gave him the nickname Mexican Trump. Because you make your own people look bad. I never sit there and say at the end of the day that I'm racist at the end of the day. Nobody, you're racist. Because I've got some colorful messages from you. When we get all this in court, I will post them for you to see the kind of stuff he was calling me in between conversations. And yeah, he's quite does not like my type. But anyway, at the end of the day. But anyway, with that being said, Fernando, yeah, you make your own people look bad. Now, do you want my Mexican brothers contacting you? You want them to reach out to you? Because they'll reach out to you to have a nice little conversation with you. Ask you, what's your problem at the end of the day? You need to get your act together because you're making their people look bad. We got my sister's daughter's marrying Mexican. They're coming into the family now. Thank goodness. We're missing a couple of them. We got Puerto Rican, Dominican. He's mixing Mexican. We got them in the family now. Yeah! But anyway, I showed him your videos. He don't like you. At all. First thing you say is you're making us look bad. You're making them look bad. If any person that is a Trump supporter, a person who is for all that nonsense, and they stumble into your website, they're going to use that as leverage on why they shouldn't be here. Because you committed perjury on your LLC. You violated multiple copyrights. You have used the name Frankenstein multiple times and made money off their name without paying them any form of royalty fees. You have sent out death threats. You have sent out doxing people's addresses. You have done defamation, slander. You name it, you've done it. So that doesn't sound like a person that I would even, if I did that in Mexico, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want me over there. I think they would want me out of there. All right then. Now let's get back to this crap paint you got over here. This stuff is absolutely horrible. Crap old paint. Look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Can't even read the contrast level. Total crap, man. These are our samples, by the way. Full crap. It's crap paint, man. It's crap paint. Mind you, I made this up for 15 bucks. What the freaking people paying 60 bucks for this stuff for? Absolutely no good. Let me see what we got here. Let's go back over here. Red screen. That's for a bright red screen. I said red screen. Oh, there we go. That's your red. That's my red. Makes your screen look washed out, don't it? Yeah, because you're not picking up red. Your red's washed out. That's why when you did that demonstration on whether it was a school or whatever it was, and you had the short throw venue projector, the colors on the birds were completely washed out. They literally had to turn the lights out near the screen because the screen was washing out that badly. You can't even read red on this stuff. That's why it tells you to calibrate. This is why. We're going to need this for another demonstration. We're going to talk about dark colors, light colors. Does his gray screen paint really actually work? You're going to see this is why he tells you constantly to calibrate. Fix my mess. That should it be. Fix my mess. With FMM. Fix my mess. FMM. Tells you to FMM the screen. Fix my mess. That's what it is. Let's give you one more for some fun here. Let's go with a blue screen. Let's do blue. Blue screen. Let's see what we got going on here with this blue screen. Blue screen, 10-hour, no ads. Let's get this over here. And also, Joe, if I showed you, see the menu in YouTube? See how the menu has that grayish look to it? Yeah, there you go. Let's go over and show you what we got going here. Look at this. Boom! Where's your blue at? Not even there. Not even there. Again, if you look at the comment section, he's really upset. He's very upset. Got a couple of his followers, loyal followers in there with him, but they're very, very, very upset and they're angry. But it's true. I mean, Jamie, tell me where I'm lying. Tell me where I'm lying right now. It's your product, right? It's your product, ain't it? That was you in the video. That's your product. It's we made right here, right? Okay, then. I'm going to show you your address. I'll show the box. Where's that box at? All right. This is you, right? This is you? That's, let me see. This is you right here, right? That's you. Okay? This is you right here. There's a tracking number right there. Anybody can check the tracking number for yourself to see he refused the product. And we made it, if you look at the videos, we made it exactly the same way you did it in your video, right? Except for we made it for cheaper, a lot cheaper than what you did. It cost us $15. And we put silver mica in one of them. So that means one of them is actually the real version. This is the fake version because there's no silver in this. All right, so with that being said, tell me where we did you wrong at. We made the product as you made it on your YouTube channel. We showed the boxing of everything being packed to make sure everything was legit, right? We did 3 videos on that. We sent it to your front door, right? And what did you do? You refused it. So how is that my fault? Now in my test on this product, we tested against your product we bought from you. Okay? And your products matched. All right then. Then it was your job to prove me wrong. That's why we sent it to you. Did I need to do that? No, really, to tell you the truth, not. We gave you the opportunity and you didn't do it. All right then. Tomorrow we'll stick out colors. Now, Fernando, just in case if you get any bright-eyed, bushy ideas, I told you, I contacted FBI about the problem I was having with you. Since you're already logged in there, they got that control number. So if I were you, I'd be very careful the next couple of days. And if I were you, be very careful about the things you say out of your mouth. Because like I said, anything can be used against you in the court of law. If you're at the end of the day, see, I'm not threatening you in any way. I don't do that kind of stuff, but you do that kind of stuff. So be very careful on how you speak and what you say. If you say anything threatening and knowing that document over there, there could be somebody at your front door to get that matter taken care of. And remember, to law enforcement officers. Because you can't do that kind of stuff, man. I understand you're frustrated and angry at the end of the day, but this is your product. This is what you did. You can't go out and just, do whatever you want and then basically get mad at other people because they catch you, bust you doing dumb stuff. You got to take responsibility. And that's the problem with you, Fernando. You do not know how to take responsibility. You ever see me once come on here and say, hey, that guy ripped me off for my freaking 10 years or my so-and-so 8 years or blah, blah, blah. I blame them. No, Fernando, I'm a man at the end of the day. I committed the crime. I did the time. That's what I did. I didn't blame anybody else but me for that. Be a man for the first time in your life and man up. Till then, demonstration of all colors. Does gray really see colors? 50 Shades of Lie. The great screen. I'm going to write a book on this. 50 Shades of Lies. Now, for those people that are making great products and you are telling the truth about your products, this does not include you. This has nothing to do with you in any way whatsoever. This has something to do with this individual, because this individual went on YouTube, lied, and ripped off a lot of his customers, said things that weren't true about his products, just to get money out of them. They got ripped off. I've seen some people on YouTube actually telling the truth about their, on YouTube, but on eBay, telling the truth about their product, and some of them I've tested. It's actually pretty good. The guy called crow1176, he makes a really good gray screen paint. If you're into grays at the end of the day, he makes a really good product. I did test this against Crow. It was way better. So I would advise you buy from him at the end of the day. There's a few people that make good products out there and they tell you the truth on the products. That's the important thing about it, that they tell you the truth on what you're really buying. Because no one likes to buy something at the end of the day and it's not what it's supposed to be. Jamie, if you feel in any way, or any of your little followers feel in any way, that I'm not telling the truth, you get a lawyer and you file a lawsuit against me. Second, sign the contract. Because I've been saying it for a long time, and you don't want to sign those contracts. What's the problem? You can't back it up? See? A lot of this, not enough of this, more of this, less of this. Sign. Let's get it in court. You're going to go to court anyway, so what's the point? Right? Now, I gave you a chance to voice your opinions. You did. And I didn't read anything you wrote at the bottom. I don't care. I'm basically going to let Google and everybody else on my social media sites and my forum sites are going to post this, and they're going to go through all the stuff that you said, and they're going to basically share it everywhere. So, just so you know. But anyway, yeah, gray paint, big flop. Well, actually, this one is. I can't speak for the rest of them. I can't. The big flop. The big flop. Now, Come on, naysayers. You don't want to get into white levels. You want to go get some 15%er? You want to destroy your screen? I mean, I really have screens in here that will wreck the daylights out of that thing. That 15%er would turn this thing orange. You see what kind of damage that thing does. You don't want to play. See, at the end of the day, we put you on the light stuff. The light stuff. I put you on this heavy stuff, we destroy your stuff easily. We take you outside at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, at 300 lumens. At 9 o'clock in the morning, you want to play out there? You don't want to go out there, do you? I got a black technology that can read out there right now. You want to go out there and play with that? All right then, stay in your lane. I'll really crush your stuff at the end of the day. I'm being nice. Really nice. I can literally develop a screen paint in 20 minutes right now called the cancel and take your stuff out. So I'm being nice to you at the end of the day. Your product doesn't work, okay? You gotta learn to take criticism. In business, you gotta learn to take criticism. That's what you have to do. It's all part of it. You have to learn to take criticism. That's how it works, you know? Let's go flex. It's time to flex. Flex, 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 flex. It's time to flex, people. Flex. I'm gonna put the flex in. Flex, 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 flex. Flex with the R-screen technology. It's what R-screen technology back here. It's time to flex. They don't like it when our screen flexes. Enjoy the show, gentlemen. Show you how it's done. No fake demonstrations. Could be worse if it stuck you in the Halo system. That thing is a nightmare for screens. Let's go in here. Look at that black. Look at that black pool on. Oh, man. It's beautiful, ain't it? It's so beautiful. Sony OLED demonstration. Oh, I forgot. We got the mics right on top of the original phone. See how the background's supposed to be in black for the YouTube? Because it only comes up in two. It only comes up in black and it only comes up in black and white. That's it. Sony OLED demonstration. Oh, let's do this one. This one you failed, right? Yeah, in a few minutes, because I can't trust you right now, buddy. You do too much weird stuff. Ooh, look at. Look at the bars at the bottom. See, the bars are black? The bars are blacker than the screen. On my mind, I can even see the time. What? Now, how does the screen generate outside at 300 lumens? That's black. In rear projection technology at that. When you have a rear projection screen, you know, light actually transfers through that screen at the same time. You know that, right? So light filtering back and forth the screen. So a visible screen is actually taking on more light than an average screen that's not taking on it. I got to slow it down because the naysayers don't function on my level. So the fact that it's sunlight pushing through that screen at the same time the projection's pushing through it at 300 lumens and it's able to pull an image that bright. Tell me that's not incredible. Tell me that's not incredible. Right there in your face. At only 15% completed. And here you are in the dark, hiding behind curtains and whatever at the end of the day, trying to get your stuff to walk. And we can be out there playing in the sun, go anywhere we want. You can't do that. You can't go anywhere you want. Look at that light. Look at that light. And they say, look at it. Appreciate good technology when you see it. Now, you are going outside. You know that, right? Because a cinematic can operate outside at 300 lumens. You will be out there, by the way. You don't have a choice. Oh, look at them, so mad and angry at the bottom. Look, they're just screaming and yelling. See, gentlemen, this is the thing at the end of the day. This is why we open up the channel. I can come in here and show up an amazing product like this, and all you can do is cry. Because that's what you do. Your job is to be a professional crier. That's your job. My job is to make amazing technology. Your job is to cry about it. That's your job. You're just doing your job. That's why it doesn't bother me. Because you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you were going to make a product that was going to be to compete with me, you'd have made it by now, right? All right then. So your job is just to cry. And that's what you do best. Now, finish your crying. So I can show you how amazing our black technology is. Look at the power. You don't understand that kind of power, do you? No, you don't. I understand. It's all right. I'm going to come up with them salty tear tissues. Hater salty tear tissues that are 6-ply, designed to soak up the biggest tears from the biggest hater. And I'm going to come up with some haterade too. Because, you know, you got to replenish yourself. You got to put those electric lights back in, because if you don't, what happens is, you know, you're going to dry out. You know what I mean? You're going to pass out and dehydrate. That's why I'm going to make that haterade for you. Haterade is for a drink with that deep down hatred taste. Look how beautiful it is. See? Now, should I show you that screen over there? It's different colors. Should I switch it up? We switch it up, man. We're going to switch it up. Look at that. And look. Oh, they're mad. Look at that. Kenneth Bird, the turd. Woo-hoo-hoo. They are upset in there, aren't they? They came in. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and watching our amazing technology. Thank you. We appreciate. Oh, I can't wait to share this on the forum site. Oh, I cannot wait. Now, you notice that a lot of the accounts are fake because they can't use the real accounts, but just so you know, we already know your real accounts already. So, you know, they'll be posted to the forum site along with your fake accounts. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Should I show you another demonstration with all this light? Oh, man, look at that right there. We couldn't even get the red correctly. You know what, gentlemen? We're doing too much. Let me put my projector on eco mode because, you know, we're running too much. Here we go. Bam. Let's go over here. Let's hit that menu. Let's bring it down. Let me break it down for you. Come over here. Break it down. I want you to look at this. I want you to be here for this. We're going to put it in eco mode now because this is what we do. We had to put yours on high because your stuff don't work. See right there it says high. We're going to go over and we're going to switch this over. Hit the button and we're going to put it on low. Watch this. Watch. See anything change? Nothing changes at all. Nothing changes. Screens are that bright. Let's come out of the menu. Boom! In your face. I'm gonna do like Roger did on Family Guy. In your face, with a kind of mace, make you cry all over the place. Look, man, here, look. This is what it comes down to. We have a little fun here. Your products don't work. That's what it is. They're not tested. They're not work. So, anyone willing to open a company under this nonsense will just take you to court. You're going to have to back that stuff up 100%. You don't think it's seriously? It can be very seriously. You don't think I'm joking? Hey, contact and talk to a lawyer. See if you can be brought into court on it. And for those of you who are still talking trash at the end of the day, sign the contract. Because just like I just did this in this demonstration right here, I'll do this to you in court. And then you can watch my, debt collectors come and take your stuff from you. And you're not doing jack about it because they bring police with them. You step on that one, you're going to get a charge on you. So they'll take whatever the freak they want. You understand me? All right, then. Always crying about something. See, I told you they cry a lot. That's why we opened up the chat. When we literally opened up on purpose because they knew we were going to come in and cry about this. I was like, man, I'm not missing out on that opportunity. That'd be a stupid thing to miss out on that opportunity. To have them in there crying and miss out on that? Oh, heck no. I got to definitely post that. That's that 50 Shades of Tears. 50 Shades of Tears. That's another good one. That's another one you got. We're going to do 50 Shades of Tears tomorrow. 50 Shades of Great Tears. Oh, man. We're in eco mode, people. Eco mode. Look how beautiful that looks. Kaboom. Look at that. Eco mode. On a $16.25 projector. When he's using a $3,300 machine. How you saving people money? You can't even save yourself money. How does that work, Fernando? How does that work? You can't even save yourself money. You got to spend money to fix that mess. I'm going to tell you right now. We should hire Batman. You know Batman. You're a big fan of Batman. Contact Batman. See if you can find your contrast. That's what you do. He's the world's greatest detective. He can figure out anything. Have him try to find your contrast. See if you can find it. I bet you'll come back and bring your money. I bet you $100 Batman will drive and say, look, I can't find it. Not even Superman can find it. With X-ray vision, he can't find it. He can scour the entire earth. He won't find it at all. It's like one of those unsolvable mysteries. You know, you're like that Indiana Jones kind of storage area. You know, you're way back in those artifacts and cursed artifacts way in the back of your screen sitting back there. What the freak is that thing? What's the screen claiming the poor contrast level was an absolute nightmare fail. It's cursed? Yeah, it's definitely cursed. Your screen's cursed, man. Oh, look at the colors, man. Look at the colors. Hold on. I'm sorry. I apologize. We need to help out the hater here. I don't got any tissues on me. I got a rag over here. I'll get you a rag. Now, if you're saying at the end of the day, gentlemen, this is unprofessional, it's not unprofessional. Because I'm kicking your butt. That's what's happening. I got so much technology coming out. My stuff is so locked in, it's not even funny. Your stuff has failed. Your companies are crumbling. They're falling apart. Do you understand? Look at your situation versus mine. The rest of you are running scared, and the other half basically are crumbling right now. And every time you turn around, we're developing some new technology. Come here, hold on for a minute. Stand still. There you go. Get them tears. Blow your nose. Let it out. There you go. You feel better now. You feel better? It's okay. It's going to be okay. Well, not really, tell you it's not. Some of you do some real stupid stuff. But anyway, look at my dog dance up there. Oh, by the way, people, the projector I paid for, $16.25. Compared to $3,300 on a projector with a 2:1 contrast that can't read in the environment I'm sitting at right now. Now, is there anything wrong with the P2 projector? No, actually, it's a fantastic machine. It is. Only problem is being displayed on a crappy screen. That's why. But it's an amazing machine. It is. It's beautiful. I've actually seen it on our black technology. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And guess what else, Fernando? They turned that 2:1 option off. They don't need it. Screen's black. Why would you need it? What would be the purpose of it? You don't need it. All right. We had some fun here, right? Enjoyed ourselves. Talked a little bit here and there. We did. We had a great time here. I enjoyed myself. I know you all enjoyed yourself in here. So let's sing our song. I'm so glad we had our time together. Now I want you to check out the Calvin show. It's actually a fantastic show. No joke aside. It's actually a really good show. I watch it all the time. I love Calvin. Jamie, your paint doesn't work, okay? It is what it is. You know, we didn't do anything scamish or whatever. We sent you back your own stuff. Everybody watched me do the unboxing, take the box up with your stuff, right? They saw me make it. They saw me pack it up. I even came back in and showed additional labels that were going to be on the box that didn't show in the second video, so that way you couldn't come back and say that we did something different with the box. So I covered everything. That's what I did. I did it all by the book. Tracking number. Everybody got the tracking number. Everybody saw it come to your address. Everybody watched the refusal. All right then. Everybody saw we made the product exactly the same way you made it, right? Okay then. What's the problem? The problem is that you are busted. That's the problem. And you're exposed. Again. As we always do. That's what the problem is, Jamie. And you can't handle it at the end of the day. And the only way you can handle it is to go into a little tantrum and carry on and not go. Let me explain something to you. The process server that came to your front door, the way you ran into in the kitchen, because I know I was on the phone with him talking to him, your wife came to the door. These people that will be coming to your door, these process servers are different. These can serve your wife. So I made sure that in the documents that anyone over the age of 18 can be served in that apartment. So, you want to be a big man at the end of the day, you want to be tough? All right then, you be a big man, you be tough. But just remember, the evidence we got against you versus you have nothing against me, period. You be a big man, you be a tough man to them too when they come to the door. Same attitude you show here, I'm going to show all this to a judge. Now, mind you, everybody who participated in that dumb nonsense below, all this is going to go before a judge. Jamie, did you think I was joking when I had that process server come to your front door? So what's coming is way worse than him at the end of the day. This one will serve your wife. She steps foot out of that apartment, she goes anywhere, they will sit out there and wait for you. Do you know how these people work at the end of the day? They will sit outside and they will wait for you to leave. They'll snap pictures of your license plates, your vehicles, what you look like, everything. So they can basically track you anywhere you go. You go to your job, they know where you work at. You go to your church, they know where you go to church at. You go to the hospital, they know where the hospital you're at. They'll walk in any place, anywhere to serve you those documents. These are people I hired. They're ruthless. They'll get the job done. So, and they're from California too, by the way. I tried to be nice the first time, but I had the process server come to your door, and I only made it for you. That's what I did. I tried to be nice about it. Now I'm going to make it so no one can leave that apartment. Well, you can't leave anyway, still, either way. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for you. Oh, man, I tell you. Rip people off. All those people he ripped off. He ripped off all those people. People, mind you, the churches, schools. You know, I mean, all types of people in the field. There are people who basically that really need it for they need it at the end of the day for demonstrations, stuff like that. Whatever they're doing, whatever project they have is important. Everybody's project is important, from the smallest person to the largest person. Every project's important. And you ripped those people off and stole from them. That product doesn't even work, man. Now, if I was your customer, Jamie, how would we handle this situation? Can I ship this stuff back to you? Of course not. You could even take the stuff we shipped to you right now. You refused and gave that back to me, so we can't do that, right? All right. I'll get my money back. Can't give me that because there's no exchange on it. Give a batch number on this stuff. There's no batch number. You never tested any of the stuff you made. So none of your stuff is tested. No way to back it up. So you have no guarantee on your product. And you sold how much of this stuff out to other people? So keep in mind, when that your company goes up for court, you may have to pay restitution to these people back. You're paying back their money. And then you don't got money at the end of the day. Because I know I saw it in the video. Jamie, I'm a collector myself. Alright? Collector to collector. I'm a collector myself. I don't give up my merchandise. What stays in there stays in there. I'll never get that stuff out, ever. Not for anybody. You know why? Because it is virtually impossible for me to get that stuff back. Any of that stuff gets wrecked, I'm never getting it back, ever. I left a box behind some vintage toy soldiers. One of the houses I was at. Not by accident. And it broke my heart. It's like someone tore off my arm. That's how bad it felt. Because I knew that it took me forever to get those army soldiers from the 1930s to the 1940s. They're old army sets. And they're mint condition and packed. And I knew I would never get them back ever again. And that was very painful. So I know what you're going through right now is extremely painful. And I'm going to tell you something, Fernando. With all the insults that you put down at the bottom, I could laugh in your face about that. I could laugh that you're going through that misery right now. And you're selling off your collection because you need money. But I'm not that type of person. I feel sorry for you that you have to go down that road. But unfortunately, you put yourself in that situation because you followed the devil. That's why. That's why you're in that situation right now. You're broken, you need money. You can't go out and work right now. It's dangerous to even walk out your door. Even if you basically have paperwork, it's extremely dangerous. Because now they're hunting everybody. So you can't go out and work. You see what I show one of these trips look like down in California? It's empty down there. People are terrified to walk out the door. So you got to pay rent. And you got to pay bills and all that stuff. So, yeah, I know why you're selling your collection off. And I know how painful that is because, like I said, as a collector, I know what it's like. If you lost something, it's hard to get it back. You'll never see it ever again. And that person probably will never take care of it the way you took care of it. They'll probably mess it up. Chances are they will. They won't keep it clean. They won't do this. They won't do that. They won't. So I know how that feels at the end of the day. So I don't laugh at your situation. I feel sorry for you in your situation, but the sad thing about it, Jim, you put yourself in that situation. That's what the problem is. You put yourself there. And while you're still online, still doing evil stuff, as you do, the devil's sitting there laughing at every mistake, every time you fall, every time you land on your face, he's there to laugh at you. And he was there when you were selling your items off, laughing at you. Oh, by the way, just to give you a little heads up, those little cute codes at the other day, don't put those out in the open like that. Now, see, at the end of the day, how, Jamie, you can be nasty to me, but I can give you advice at the end of the day, because I'm an adult, Jamie. I'm not a child like you. You're too emotional at the end of the day. I'm just giving you a piece of advice. I can crush you in court. I can dog out your product at the end of the day, and I can give you advice, because I can do that. So those little QR codes, don't have them out in the open like that, because someone can take their cell phone and snap a picture of that, and they can scan those codes. If those are receipts, I would not have them out like that, trust me. But anyway, I'll probably put more of them out now just to show it in my face. Oh, whatever. I'll show you how it works. I'll scan one and show you exactly how it works. That video, you might want to pull that thing down, because you can edit that out, because I can actually copy it. Anyone can copy that. But anyway, let's see, we're done here. A lot of fun in here. A little flexing on our screen. That's basically about it. Unfortunately, we got to do this again tomorrow. So when I'm done all my work, we'll take care of this. We get a good day, we're taking it outside. Because I want to see how it functions outside at 300 lumens. Oh, didn't you put down your product only works at what? 2,000 lumens? Sorry, we don't do that over here. We don't do that 2,000 tape mark over here. Some of your paintings sit there and say, but they only work at 2,000 lumens. Yeah, but our stuff works at 50 to 300 lumens. And that projector right there, Eco Mode, is around 16 right now. So here's the thing. If you want to challenge our technology today, you have to understand you're going to come down to what our lumen count is going to be, and you're going to use the projector that we use. We don't do that 4K nonsense over here. We don't do the 1080p. It's 720p. That's 600 by 800, 720p SVGA. You should be able to run on that great paint. See how beautiful that screen looks? Oh, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, no. Oh, come on. You people up there the ones that are supporting that nonsense in the room, let me explain something to you. You got that great paint running your wall right now. Everybody laughs at you when you go to a forum site. I know that. I see y'all in there. People laugh because you're house paint clowns. So they laugh at you. You got burnt. I made your paint, put it away. Just food for thought for people that came in and backed that nonsense up. Let me explain something to you. You paid how much for that stuff? And I made it at 15 bucks? All right, there you go. That's all we need to say. All right, people, hope you enjoyed. I gotta go. Thank you for your time. God bless. Da 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 da. Goodbye.